I'm JD, and I moved from Alaska to Portugal after I paid $15,000 to buy this old house that has sat empty for years. Now I'm in the process of renovating it on a budget in order to return it to its former glory and welcoming you on the DIY journey. Hi, and welcome back. This week's episode kind of went concurrently with last week's episode, where if you didn't see that, I removed the pipes that were embedded in this wall and then patched it all back up. So this week's episode is kind of the other side of the process in the kitchen, where I have to keep some of the pipes in place so that I still have plumbing in the kitchen. But because it was really hard to find the pieces that I needed, I ended up going to a bunch of different hardware stores, even found some new ones. Unfortunately, they're not in any more convenient location than the others, but there's some parts that I didn't film just because filming takes so much longer. But it should be all pretty self-explanatory, even if you haven't seen any of last week's episode. So now I'm on the way to the closer by hardware store because now they're having a sale. Unfortunately, they don't have the selection of jackhammers. They just have like one heavy duty one, which is unfortunate because with this sale, if you spend 100 euros, you get a €100 gift card for later, which would have been really nice, but I can't think of anything to buy right now that would add up to 100 euros. But this one, it's faster to get to on bike because it's like halfway between two train stations. But going through the fields is a little slower, but it's this or along the side of the highway, so I'd rather avoid the cars. There is also a local hardware store in town, but it's just run by one old guy, and I think he's had some health issues. It was closed until May, and then now it's just open very sporadically. But I do try to go there when I can, because his prices are really good, and just the convenience, and I much rather support local than some big chain, but it is what it is. So here's the shopping center. There's all types of home goods stores, electronics, clothing. There's a hardware store over there, furniture stores, even a pet store. Just anything you could want. So this is also a Brico Marché, but after coming back to this one, I think the one in Figuera actually is a little bigger. And as you can see, this one is more finished products and furnishings versus DIY stuff. And this is one of the home goods stores. Since the shopping center has so many stores together, I always check a few of them for the sales because it seems like they're always having sales. So if you find something that you can wait, if you can wait a month or two, it'll probably go on sale. And since I've talked about them before, and I don't think there's any stores like it in the US, this is one of the China stores. Um, I guess the closest thing would be like a very compact Walmart. You can see there's just all types of stuff, and this is just one small section. There's a whole other clothing and shoes section. Um, but the prices are really good, and you can see here all the tools aisle. There's way more selection than the actual hardware stores, and about half the price of the hardware stores too. And like I've said before, it's generally good quality stuff. Most of it seems like it's made in Portugal or the EU, not actually from China. So I took the faucet off and had these things, which this one came off easy. This one, I don't know if it was a little bent or something. I had to put ice inside to shrink this down and try to unscrew it off. So this one you can see is a new style pipe, and even this looks pretty new. And then the cold water side, it's still soldered, and it's a lot, you can tell it's just older. So hoping that there's a screw connection on this side didn't quite work out. So fun fact, they don't make anything this size that's not threaded. So that kind of got me thinking, because I went to a bunch of different hardware stores and plumbing stores trying to find a cap. But that got me thinking that I haven't seen any soldering plumbing stuff anywhere. So maybe these actually are threaded. Which you can see here, all the joints have this red stuff, which I thought was maybe just like oxidized solder or something. I'm a welder. I don't know anything about solder, so I don't know what it looks like. But I noticed this that I thought was just corrosion, but I cleaned it up a little, and you can see it actually is threads. So all these actually are threaded, but I couldn't get it off. So I tried to unscrew it, and I feel like I almost bent the pipe trying to get it off. But I looked up online, and apparently the red stuff is thread sealant, which the old stuff hardens to it's impossible to get off without heating it. So I went and got this blowtorch. Apparently this is what butane torches look like here, because they're all like this. So I'll try heating it up and seeing if I can get it off. So then the ultimate goal will be to take out this whole pipe to where it connects into whatever joint is up here, and then I can just screw in a cap, because they do make sizes that'll fit that, and then I can still use the sink and the washing machine instead of my other option, which would be to make a connection outside and then just have a faucet out there to use when I need water, which was not ideal. Okay, well, I don't actually need to get this off, but it does work. It's turning. It's just kind of hard. There's not a lot of space. So I'll be sure to give myself plenty of space up there. So for this part, I'm just gonna take out this stuff, and hopefully I can just cut the pipe again here and then not have to take out all that to unscrew whatever connection is right here.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. Can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
So now it's cut through, so I'll just heat up this and try to turn it. So the camera stopped recording for some reason, but I ended up having to cut out a little section so that there was space for the pipe to back out. So I don't know why the camera keeps shutting off, but I got it out. So this is cooled off now. Got the piece with a little bit of Teflon tape to be safe. So now that's done, and I'll go outside and turn the water back on and hope that there's no leaks. So it's actually kind of raining today. First time in a long time. So apart from this not actually being shut all the way, that needs to be tightened up a little bit more, and I think I should have added some new Teflon here, but other than that, it looks pretty good. So everything's back in place, and I think I forgot to mention that the plan for this, you can see it's really low, so I was gonna raise it up like 10 or 15 centimeters, and then I really like this faucet and the height above everything, so I'll raise it up probably to here maybe. So I wanted to keep this row especially intact because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all the tiles, so I don't want to rip them all off yet. So that for now is finally the end of the pipe saga, at least until I start in the kitchen and bathroom. The heat wave is also over for here at least. It's back to the mid to low 80s. It did get up to 106. I think that's like 41 or 42 Celsius. And it seems like old news now with Lahaina, but there were a bunch of fires. They weren't anywhere near here. The closest was probably like an hour south. You could actually see the smoke from the beach, but besides smoke, the fires weren't any issue here. But there were a couple really big ones down in the Algarve and Castelo Branco. So depending on how things go, next week's episode might be like a little house update since I have furniture and stuff now. And then I'll also include like this stuff I did during this little heat wave break, like going to the beach and going to see the Pope. So thanks again for watching. I'll see y'all next week. Ciao.